Do you know where to find the best basic white tee? Stick around and we'll find out together. For the sake of consistency in this t-shirt review video, I have chosen a medium in every t-shirt, and every t-shirt is a crew neck. I'm also wearing a black bra to test the see-through quality of the t-shirt as well. First up, we have this jersey tee from J. Crew. This is 100% cotton. I hope it's as easily visible to you at home as it is to me here in the house. The lights could be a little blinding, but I can easily see my black bra showing through this t-shirt. It is rather a very thin material, so I don't think it passes the black bra test. As for the fit, I'd say it's very true to size. It is boxy but relaxed, and it's not too tight or not too loose. The sleeve length, I'd say, is of an average length for a sleeve, and the collar, I can tell very easily that it's been doubled up in thickness in comparison to the rest of the t-shirt, because you can see that it is a little more opaque on the collar. I'd say it's reinforced, and I can probably get away with a few washes and keeping its shape. Full transparency, I've only purchased these t-shirts for the sake of filming this video. I do plan to return all of them unless, of course, I've fallen in love with one of them. So I'm not able to wash these for you, but I'm drawing conclusions on the wash quality based on the quality of the material. As for the length of this tee, you can see that my jeans are finishing right here. They're at my belly button. These are, I guess you could say, a mid-rise, and they're from Quince. Given the thin quality of this t-shirt, I'd say it's very easy to tuck in. However, overall, I'd have to say that this is a little bit of a miss for me, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the other t-shirts look like because I don't think we're off to a very good start. This is the first of two t-shirts from Quince. This one is a very tight fitted tee, as you can tell. It's actually 91% cotton and 9% spandex. Very, very stretchy. Because it is so tight, you can see the outline of my black bra. However, if I'm wearing a nude bra, it would probably look a little better. I would also prefer a bra that gives me a little better shape because this is a very loose, soft bra that is one that you just kind of lounge around in the house with. So I would never opt to wear a bra like this with a tight t-shirt like this because I am just not liking the shape that it's giving me. The fit is quite tight, but I think it's meant to be that way because the shoulder seam is fitting me properly on my shoulder. It's just a really tight t-shirt. I would prefer to size up to a large to give myself a little room to breathe in this. For the fit, I do think it's true to size, even though it is very tight and clingy. The shoulder seam is hitting me at the right part of my shoulder, which tells me that it is meant to fit this way. However, I would prefer to size up to a large because I'm just not a clingy t-shirt type of gal, at least not something this tight. For me, I would wear a shirt like this if I were in a colder climate and I wanted to wear it as a layering piece, but I would certainly not wear this as a shirt on its own. Given how tight this shirt is, the sleeve length is rather average to me, but it is, of course, on the tighter side, but it's not cutting off my circulation. And the collar is rather thin as well as far as the width of it, but it feels substantial, and I like the way it's hitting me on my neckline. As for the length, the denim hits me right here, so there's not much space to tuck in, but there is enough to get it into the pants without creating a lot of bulk. If you're looking for a stretchy, tight t-shirt, I'd say this is a good one. Overall, this isn't my preference of t-shirt. Unless I were to size up, I'd be curious to see how the fit and that one compares to this one, but this isn't half bad if you're looking for a tight fitted tee. Here is the second t-shirt from Quince, and already I have to say I'm liking this one a little better than the previous one. It's just a matter of taste. This one is 100% organic cotton, and it has a little bit of a slub material to it, I guess that's what you can call it. It has the differentiation of thickness throughout it where you see all these little dashes and lines on it. I'm not sure if it's coming across on camera, but it's not a solid looking t-shirt, and it's also a little on the off-white side. It's not a pure crisp, clean white. As for the thickness of the tee, I'd say it is see-through. You can see my black bra through it, and I'm starting to feel like perhaps every t-shirt I'm showing you today is probably going to show some variation of the black bra showing through it, which is probably why all of us stylists often recommend that you don't wear a black bra with a white t-shirt, that you stick to a nude or flesh-colored bra instead. I'm starting to fear that all these t-shirts are going to fail this test, but we'll soon find out. As for the fit, I think it's true to size. The seam is hitting me perfectly on my shoulder, and the overall fit of it is not very boxy. It's actually quite slim in its silhouette, and I like that. The sleeve is relaxed and it's an average length. The collar also feels average, doesn't feel overly thick, so I definitely say to maybe stick this in a gentle cycle to ensure that it keeps its shape. I also like the back of this t-shirt because it has a seam down the back, perhaps for some stability. It is just a nice detail overall, and I find it really interesting. The jeans are hitting me right here, so there's quite a bit of material that you need to get into the pants if you want to tuck them in. So perhaps a t-shirt of this length, you might be a little better off just doing a half tuck in the front. Overall, this is an improvement over the last two I showed you, and I'm happy with this so far. I'd even be curious to see what a large size fits like in comparison to this, but I do like this slim silhouette overall. This is a t-shirt from Zara, and the 5% elastane makes it quite stretchy, which is not my favorite type of material, but I do love the thickness of this, and would you believe it's actually passing the black bra test, so that's a first. As for the fit, I think I would need to size up to a large. I feel like it runs rather small, however, I do have very broad shoulders, so oftentimes I do need to size up in my tops to accommodate my broad shoulders. In this case, I would have to do that because I feel like the seam of the shoulder here is not hitting me at the right spot, and it's also puckering and pulling up a little bit, which means that it's too small for me. Another thing I noticed is that it is very tight in the armhole, not overly tight, but just a little uncomfortably tight, and I'd prefer it to be a little more relaxed. Aside from that, the length of the sleeve is rather average, and from here down, I like the way this t-shirt fits. It's not overly tight, but it's also not boxy and loose either. The collar feels nice and substantial. Overall, this material feels nice and thick that I feel like it would hold its shape pretty well. I know you have to be careful with elastane items that you don't throw them in the dryer, so most likely this is a lay flat to dry item. And the length is not overly long. My jeans are finishing up over here, so there's not much material that needs to be tucked in. Overall, because of the thickness, I have to rank this better than the previous ones I showed you. However, I'm not crazy about the material, and I'd need to size up. So not the best yet. Let's keep going. Next up, we have Cause. This is 100% cotton, and you can see there's just a faint, slight silhouette of my black bra underneath. So I think with a nude bra, you'd have absolutely no problem. I do feel like the quality of this is surpassing the ones before it. It's a nice thick quality, not overly thick, but a good t-shirt material. And you'd expect that from Cause because the price point on this is a little higher, and therefore I'd expect that the quality is better as well. As for the fit, I do think it's a little tight here on my shoulders. I feel like I need to size up to accommodate it. When I'm lifting my shoulders, it is puckering up here, which tells me that it's a little too small on my shoulders. However, the sleeve fits great. It doesn't have that tightness that the Zara had underneath it. Therefore, I'd say if you're a true medium that doesn't have overly large shoulders like I do, stick to your medium. I love the way the rest of the shirt fits, so the problem for me is if I were to size up, I'd end up getting a little boxier on the rest of the silhouette, which is fine. I don't really mind a very boxy, oversized tee. It just depends on how I'm styling the outfit. I also love that the sleeve length is a little longer than the ones before it. If you're rather self-conscious about your arms, having a little longer sleeve helps camouflage that area and maybe gives you a little more confidence. I also feel with a longer sleeve, it has a little more classic style to it. Sometimes those shorter little cap sleeves, they just don't look very upscale. I love the thick banding on the collar. It's not overly thick, but I do like the way it is reinforced and probably wash really well after a couple of washes. I do have a long sleeve tee from Cause, and I have a lot of their merino wool tees as well, and they all wash beautifully. The length is quite long. My jeans finish up here, so there's lots of material that you need to tuck in, but again, it's just a t-shirt. It's not overly thick. It probably wouldn't create that much bulk. So far, this one I'd say is the best of the ones I've tried beforehand, and I'm trying all these t-shirts on for the very first time in front of the camera. I haven't put these in any specific order. They're completely random, but so far it seems to be improving with each t-shirt that I'm putting on, give or take. So I'm curious to see what the next one's going to look like. Next up, we have Madewell. Now, would you believe this is the very first thing I've ever tried from Madewell? I went in the store for probably the very first time to shop this t-shirt, and I saw tons of gorgeous things in there. I think I'm going to become a Madewell fan. This t-shirt is 100% cotton, and I would say that the material passes the black bra test. The sleeve length is average. I prefer the Cause length sleeve over this one. It's nice and loose and it fits just fine. And the collar is nice and substantial. Again, not as thick as the Cause, but it feels substantial, like it'll hold up in the wash. wash. The fit is average. It's not too loose, not too tight. It's just a nice relaxed feel. And the length is pretty average as well, not too much to tuck in. Overall, I'd say this is a great t-shirt. I only wish the sleeves were just a teensy bit longer. That would make it perfect for me. But overall, great job, Madewell. This is a good one. Here is the first of 2 Everlane t-shirts. This one is the organic cotton slim fit tee. The material on this tee is rather average. I think I see a slight silhouette of my black bra showing through. So I think a nude bra would be just fine with this. The fit on my shoulders feels great. And the overall silhouette is slim, but it's also relaxed. It's not overly tight. I think it has a great fit to it. The sleeve is an average length, but I'd prefer it to be a little longer like the Cause t-shirt. And the collar feels pretty good overall. And the length is also pretty average, not too much there to tuck in. Overall, I'd say this particular t-shirt is pretty average. This is the organic box tee, also from Everlane. As you can see, it is a much boxier fit than the one before it. However, it is still rather slim, and it doesn't feel overly boxy to me. The material, although this is also 100% organic cotton like the one before it, I really like the feel of this one better. It just feels a lot softer, whereas the other one I felt just had like a teensy bit of roughness to it. This one feels really smooth and so soft on the skin. The fit is great, fits beautifully on my shoulders and nice relaxed through the sleeve. I do wish the sleeve was a little bit longer, however, and the collar has a nice substantial feel to it as well. The length might be a teensy bit shorter than the one before it, but again, not a lot there to tuck in. I'd say of the two, I do prefer this one over the slim cut in Everlane, but they're both pretty good, average, basic tees. This is the baby tee from Uniqlo. This is 96% cotton, 4% spandex. I think it slightly passes the black bra test. I think you'd be fine with a nude bra. And the fit is very fitted. As you can see, it fits like a baby tee should. I do think I need to size up because it is puckering here at the shoulder, which means my shoulder is too big for this t-shirt. So I would need a size large. Other than that, I think it's very true to size. The sleeves are very much of a cap sleeve, which is not my favorite. And of course, if you're self-conscious about your arms, I would stay away from this one unless you plan on layering something over on top. The collar feels pretty average. I have tried Uniqlo t-shirts in the past. In fact, I own quite a few of them. Not the baby tee, but the regular t-shirt, and I'll try that on next for you. You could see how it's worn over time because I have washed it tons of times. The length, because it's baby tee, it is almost finishing right here at my waistband, so it might be a little difficult to tuck in, but I think you can get it in there. Overall, for a baby tee, I think this is just fine. All right, here is a Uniqlo t-shirt I've had for 2 years, and this one, of course, has been washed and worn numerous times over those last 2 years. It's 100% cotton, and I think this is more of their basic tee as opposed to the mini one I just showed you. I think the medium fits me very true to size on here. You could see the sleeves are rather average, maybe a little even shorter than average. And the fit is rather average as well, not too boxy, not too slim. I think it's just right. I've really enjoyed this t-shirt over the last few years. You can see here through the numerous wears that it has kind of rippled here in the collar a little bit. I hope you can see that. I mean, it's not too bad, but I can see just a little bit of pulling, a little bit of stretched out feeling in the collar. And you can see it's not a very substantial collar. I do prefer the one from Cause that's nice thick banding. It just feels like a much sturdier tee. The length is also quite average, just very easy to tuck in, and I pretty much almost always wear, not almost, but I do always wear this tucked in. This is held up beautifully, and I think Uniqlo makes a t-shirt that is just fine for everyday wear. This tee is from H&M. It's 100% cotton. I think it passes the black bra test, but it is not overly thick. I'd say it's true to size. It fits me beautifully on my shoulders. The boxy fit is not overly relaxed or loose. I do enjoy the fit of this. And I like the length of the sleeves. Maybe a teensy bit longer would be nice. And the collar feels quite good, not overly substantial or thick, but it feels like a nice collar. Lengthwise, my jeans are hitting me right here, so a little bit of length to tuck in. I don't think it would be an issue at all. Overall, this is a pretty good H&M boxy tee, and I think it's great for the price point. I delayed filming this video because I saw this t-shirt on Karen Napoli. She is a Parisian vlogger, and I saw her wearing this t-shirt and swearing by it, and I said I need to get this t-shirt before I film this video. This is a Massimo Dutti t-shirt, and I would say so far so good. It's 100% cotton. It has a good thickness to it. I'd say it's passing the black bra test, and I'm really happy with the fit. I'd say it's very true to size, fits great on the shoulders. I like the sleeve length on the arm, and it's not too tight. The silhouette itself is not overly tight, but not boxy either. It's rather slim. Here's the top of my pants. It has a little bit to tuck in, but I don't see it being any problem. I don't see it being a problem for any of these t-shirts. The collar is very substantial, and I really love that about this one. It just really seems to elevate the t-shirt, and I had the same feeling with Cause. Another great detail is the seam here at the bottom. This banding is also thicker, and it just makes the feel of this t-shirt overall much more substantial. I'd say this one is in close running with the Cause t-shirt. Let me know what you're thinking. I picked this t-shirt up at Express. It's 100% cotton, and I'd say the thickness of it is on the thinner side. You can see my bra pretty easily through this, and the fit is rather boxy and it's cropped. I'd say it's true to size. I do love the length of the sleeves on this, and it fits me really good through the shoulders. I really like the silhouette. It's just barely past the band on my jean. You can tuck it in. There's enough to get in there. Since it is cropped and it is a little on the boxy side, I think it does a great job of hiding a tummy if you are self-conscious about that area, to just leave it out and loose like this, because it's not overwhelming your frame. It's not like a big baggy t-shirt, but it gives you maybe just a little bit of comfort level there that you could camouflage a tummy by leaving it out. The collar does feel actually quite substantial. I like the thickness of it. Aside from this being a little on the thinner side, I think this is a really fabulous tee. This t-shirt is from Banana Republic Factory. It's a blend of cotton, modal, and elastane. It is, in my opinion, failing the black bra test because it's rather thin and you can pretty much see my entire bra showing through it. Not in a very sheer way, but you can make it out pretty easily. The fit is a very slim style, but it's not overly tight. I'd say it's very true to size. Fits great on the shoulder, but I'm not crazy about these cap sleeves. And I'd say the collar is quite thin. I don't like a very thin banding like this. I just feel like it cheapens the look of the t-shirt. I do like the length of it, and because it is so thin, it should tuck in no problem. Overall, I do like this kind of silhouette. It is not overly boxy and not overly tight. Overall, I'd say this one is a miss in my opinion. All right, this one is from Banana Republic, so I was expecting a little better quality on this one. It is 91% cotton and 9% elastane, the exact same composition as the first Quince t-shirt that I showed you. So this one is quite stretchy as well. And the factory one before it was stretchy as well, but this one has double the amount of stretch. I would say, unfortunately, this one also fails the black bra test. It is thicker than the one before it, but it is still a little too thin and shows a little too much color through it. The fit is very slim, but I think it fits me fine on the shoulder. Again, the cap sleeves are a no for me. I wish they were a little longer, and they're also quite fitted. Not that they're tight, they're just fitted on my arms. Very much like the Quince t-shirt, I would use this as a layering piece under something where it would be pretty much fully covered and just have a little white trim showing across the top. And speaking of trim, the collar on this is no better than the factory one before it. I find it to be very thin and flimsy, and I just don't like how insignificant it looks. As for the length, I think it's a little longer than the one before it, and tucking in should not be a problem. Overall, it's a little better than the factory one, but it's probably still a little bit of a miss for me. We're up to the last t-shirt, but before I get into that one, please take a quick second and hit that thumbs up button. It really lets YouTube know that you're enjoying this video. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Maria. We're all about chic, modern, sophisticated fashion for the woman over 40 or even under 40. So if that's you and you like this type of content, please make sure you subscribe because I think you're really gonna love it here. Everything I'm wearing in today's video will be linked in the description box below, so if you see anything you like, just head down there and click on the link and it'll take you straight to the item. And stay tuned just a few more minutes because I'll go through my top 3 favorites. Now getting on to the last t-shirt. This is the quintessential classic Gap t-shirt. And this is 100% cotton. I'd say it is a little see-through, but not nearly as bad as some of the other ones I've shown you today. I'd say you can easily get away with wearing a nude bra and not have any issue. I do like the fit of this. It fits beautifully on the shoulders. It does have an average length sleeve, and the silhouette is very relaxed. Not overly boxy, just relaxed. It's going to be very easy to tuck in. You have about this much extra material. Overall, I don't think you can go wrong with a Gap t-shirt. It is by far a better option than the sister company Banana Republic and the Banana Republic factory. I would opt for this one over those two any day. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. Which t-shirt is the best of the ones that I've tried on? Please take a second right now, pause this video, and leave a comment below. Let me know which is your favorite or which t-shirt you think I picked. Okay, drum roll please. All right, my favorite is the Cause t-shirt, and a very close, almost tie with it is the Massimo Dutti. I really love the thick collar on both of them, the extra long sleeves, and the relaxed silhouette on both. Also, the material feels a lot more substantial, and they just both feel like elevated t-shirts. Yes, the price reflects it, but I think the quality is there. In third place, I think it was pretty much a tie between Madewell and H&M, if you can believe it. I can't quite say which one inched out a little more than the other. I almost want to say H&M was a little better, in my opinion, than the Madewell. They're almost neck and neck. Between these four top, I don't think you can go wrong. I'm going to have another denim try-on video coming very soon, so please be on the lookout for that. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't yet already. Give this video a thumbs up, and I look forward to chatting with you in the comments. Take care of yourself. Thanks for being here, and have a great day. Bye.